Anyway, so, I know, right?
Going that wide.
Yeah, baby.
Portugal.
Yeah, and and the other thing, once you stay on the spiritual path, whatever you do, your life's going to change no matter what. The rungs are going to get burned off, and you got to go no matter what. And you're going to keep rising, you're going to keep rising no matter what you do. And it could be anything. It could be walking in nature, it could be anything. It doesn't matter. Connecting into the divine is really whatever your soul is creating for you. But first, I have a joke of course. So wait, so this one, I know, I'm printing on my papers on the back here. Okay. So this one is called, it's about a fishing trip. A couple went on vacation to a fishing resort up north. The husband liked to fish at the crack of dawn. The wife liked to read. One morning, the husband returned after several hours of fishing and decided to take a short nap. Although she wasn't familiar with the lake, the wife decided to take the boat. She rowed out a short distance, anchored, and returned to reading her book. So there she was, connecting with the divine. Along came the sheriff in his boat. He pulled up alongside her and said, "Good morning, ma'am. What are you doing?" "Reading my book," she replied as she thought to herself. "Isn't it obvious?" "You're in a restricted fishing area," he informed her. "Officer, I'm not fishing. Can't you see that?" "Yes, but you have all the equipment. I'll have to take you in and write you up." "If you do that, I'll have to charge you with rape," snapped the woman. "But I haven't even touched you," groused the sheriff. "Yes, that's true," she replied, "but you do have all the equipment." Oh! And the moral is, never argue with a woman who knows how to read. Anyway, so today, my talk title is Make Today an Opportunity Day, and I had this whole thing, and I planned this whole, and then I go, and then all these ideas and I was kind of half asleep and all this, and then Spirit's going, there's gonna be people here that need to know this stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm ready, I'm gonna do it. So we have a technology here called spiritual mind treatment. And what that means is that we change how we have been programmed, whether it's growing up, whether it's something that has happened in our lives and it shifted us. And so what I want to do today is go through that again, and I want you to learn how to create what we call a spiritual prayer affirmation. Okay, you ready to do that? Because some of you all know how to do it, but the real short version is what we teach the kids. And what we teach the kids are, "Hi God, it's me. I want to just have a good time and play today. Thanks, goodbye." That's what we teach the kids. Have you ever heard that?
No.
Yeah, so that's how we teach them the 5 steps. And so with 5 steps, what we do, and you want to be my scribe, Diana?
Yes.
So we're gonna, I know she's writing notes furiously. That's okay. You can take a picture of her. There she, oh, you are?
She embraces her progress.
I didn't know that. There she is, and making it look perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first part is you want to connect into the divine. And I don't care whether you call it spirit, universe, it doesn't matter. If you have a problem with God and you've had a bad experience when you were growing up, make it something else. Make it the love of the universe. I don't care. It's just that energy that's always surrounding and embracing us, yes? And then as we feel that, because there is a divine energy that we're always tapped into, and we call that oneness. So the first step is where we acknowledge that there is one power, one source, one infinite creator. And you can see that creative energy all around us. You see it in the trees, you see it in the sky, driving up here looking at the ocean. It was beautiful, magnificent today. So the simplest way to start, the first step, is to just say, let's put spirit is all there is. So that way it'll not confront everybody. Anybody have issue with the word God? A little bit?
I used to.
Okay, you used to? Okay, I know, a lot of people have. You can say creator, spirit, whatever you want to put. So you put that, and it's just, spirit is all there is. There's one creator, okay? So you can put, once you add, there's one creator. Spirit is all there is.
Universal love, too.
Yeah, and they're right. And the second, so that's the first step. You're just acknowledging there's this infinite creative energy. The second step is I am connected. I am one with, what did we say? The infinite. I am one with the infinite. Use that. We're going to use all kind of names, and so you can say that. I am one with the infinite. Because we sing these songs and we create all this in order for us to feel that connection to spirit. How many of you feel spirit? How many feel the energy around you? Exactly. And then what we want to do is to pull that more into us. What happens is that we're the ones that put the blocks and the filters up. So what I want to do today is have us tear down the walls, tear down the blocks, tear down whatever it is that is blocking us from having that deep connection. We call it oneness. And oneness is where we're so available that in a moment we can manifest. How many of you can create things? You're like, oh, I'm going to get that parking place, and it's good. That's a great way to start. And you go, oh, that's stupid. No, not really. Because it's a great way for you to connect into the divine and start to awaken that intuition. And we all have that intuition. Here's another one. I'm driving up here today, and I thought, you know how when you're on the freeway, you know when somebody's going to pull in front of you?
Yeah.
Or right? And if you're really present when you're driving, I know that one's going to make this, this is going to do that. How do you know that? They don't have their turn signals on. It's a way to practice your intuition, and that's a way for you to connect into the divine. Because if we want to do some other things, then that's what we do, is practice these little things. The other one, it was interesting, I can't remember her name. She actually came and spoke at your church, Sonia Croquette. And Sonia is a intuitive. And she said, you want to practice your intuition? When you're in a building, try to figure out which elevator is going to come first. And guess. And she says, start doing things like that, because that's going to help you awaken the divine and the soul within you. Okay, so those are the first two steps. Now this is the meaty part. And the first step is called, what, practitioners?
What? The first.
Our first step is called, are you ready to receive, right? So that's the acronym, R, recognition, okay? Okay, are you, unification. Are you ready to receive? And you could put it, yeah, right there. Because you'll remember that, you know, when they're going through the steps, they're in a class, you know, they're trying to remember all this. Okay, there's a part of unification, and this is where you have all the meat. This is where you change everything that you want to have happen in your life. So the first one is the statement that you made today. So somebody says, I want to have healthier eating choices, right? Or what was one of the others?
Financial freedom.
Financial freedom. I want to have a pristine house. Well, that ain't going to happen, but anyway. It's like, because I'm a creative energy. Anyway, but it may. One, you know, one half a room at a time. What can I say? But anyway.
Are we in step 2 or 3?
We are at step 3. So
Okay.
step 3 is called realization, okay? So that step is where we're declaring, or we create a lot of single affirmations, all right? But what came through today is that I said, well, gosh darn, you know, how come I've been here so long, how come these loans aren't paid off? What's blocking me? Or what's blocking us here? What's blocking the entire place, our organization? So I realized that there's probably something, and I've said this before, and Raymond Charles Barker talks about this, there's something on my unconscious and our unconscious, subconscious belief that that won't happen and it never can happen, right? And this is with your health, this is with your finances, this is with selling your home, because what happens is that there's stuff that we have programmed into us, and we don't even know it. You're not aware of it. So, but I really want it. I want my love of my life. I really want that. But underneath it's like, oh, you're not worthy. Oh, you're not going to have that. And it's that stuff that's inside that we're not even aware that we have. Or my relationships never work, but I want a great relationship. Well, let's address that one too, okay? Because there's things that we need to do in order to shift that to happen. So, there's several in here, but one of the blanket things that we can say is, I accept, let's see, no, we can say that. I would say this, if there is anything in my subconscious or my unconscious,
So I went down
yeah,
for step 3.
if there anything is blocking me, yeah, exactly, in my subconscious or my unconscious mind, right? Because that's the part that I think we forget and we leave out so much. And we just go, oh yeah, everything's great. And then the other thing, and I think about what Howard Wells talks about all the time. Now, Ernest Holmes doesn't talk about this, and Ernest Holmes is the founder of this teaching. And what he did, he took all of the ancient wisdom teachings and he put them all into a form that we could understand. And this is pretty much it. Because when you read all of these teachings, you're like, oh, wow, they all say pretty much the same thing if you start to study them. And we had to study several religions and belief systems when I was in ministerial school. So on that, okay, is there anything, if there's anything blocking me in my subconscious, unconscious mind, let me know. And it's the second thing is, okay, and I was reading this yesterday, and I can't remember who wrote it. If this is necessary, and write this down.
Still
If this,
step 3.
yep, if this is needed for my soul's growth,
Keeping that belief.
Yep,
in me.
yep. If this is, well, the issue, for my soul's growth,
This issue. In other words, keeping the issue.
yeah. Please let me know. Does that make sense? Because is there something that's needed in order for us to shift? Because you have that catalyst, or you have this thing that's creating you to open up to your soul's purpose. Does that make sense? Because I thought about that. Well, because everybody said, I want it now. Well, there was somebody, gosh darn, I was listening to her interview, and she was talking about how, oh, I know what it was. It was Lynn Whitfield. And Lynn Whitfield was talking about how she got her first acting gig in a film, and she totally screwed up, totally goofed up. And, she had to start, she says, well, you know what, I was really horrible, so she went back to acting classes. And she went back and realized that that was the catalyst that she needed in order to hone her skill a little bit more. The other thing that it did is that it helped her to create more faith. And it helped her to develop a practice. And so that was the other reason why she was given that horrible opportunity in front of hundreds of people to goof up. And then she was able to move into actually winning a Grammy later. And that's what was the stepping stone. So on this one, hang on just a sec. So on this one, it's really about being aware. Do you know what I'm saying? So is there a reason why we need to have our house cluttered? Is there a reason why we don't have the man or woman in our life? Is there a reason why? Please reveal the reason why this issue has been in my life for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, whatever the case may be, right? And and another example, I'll give you this one, is I had a gal come, and we actually did a talk with our homes and each room in our home. And the room would talk to you and tell you what it needed. So I was sitting there, and I was one room, and it was, no, don't clean me up. This is where you create everything. Please allow this energy to stay exactly where it is. How about this room? Yeah, that one's, you could clean that one up, that's good. But communicate and use your intuition in order for you to find out, is this really necessary or is it the right timing? How about the right timing? You guys want the right timing? Is this and if it's the right timing, okay, and please reveal when the right timing is. Oh, because I know I didn't find a guy for 20 years because I finally said, I'm done, you know, and I just, because it was like enough already, all right? And then randomly I met this guy, and I'm like, really got that one? And I've been with him 16 years. So I'm like, okay. Because sometimes what we think we want or need isn't what God's going to give you. Anybody have an example of that one?
Well, you also told me that you made a list of all the qualities you wanted.
I did. And that's the importance of writing it down, all right? So on this one, I wanted this on here because I want all of that to be present, so you're really aware of what's going on. The other thing that Howard Will says, along with the unconscious and subconscious, is there something in my lineage? Is there something in my ancestors? Is there something there that I need to call on them to help me? So I now call on my ancestors, guides, and teachers. Do we say this a lot in Science of Mind? No, but we are now. Here we do.
Ancestors, guides, and teachers.
And teachers. Because the thing is, don't you want to be tutored? Don't you want to have, like, during the day, you're walking around, and you get an insight. Well, who do you think that is talking to you? Okay? That's the guides, your teachers, your soul trying to get, hey, hello, trying to get your attention. Yeah,
Well,
Rosalie.
you asked for an example, I just thought of one, is that a lot of times I can't sleep in the middle of the night, and I get so frustrated, and I call it insomnia.
Yeah,
I label it insomnia.
Right.
But the truth is, it's like, I'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and literally, it's happened just the other night, like,
yep,
jokes will come to me.
exactly,
Because
exactly.
I'm ruminating and like fantasizing in my mind, all of a sudden I get into these like comedy routines, and like the next thing I'm like, I'm writing it down.
That's
And I
right.
just accept the fact that like my higher power, God, you know, she doesn't want me to be asleep right then. She's got a message, and then she's knocking on the door saying, wake up and write this shit.
Thought you might pay attention.
Wow.
Well, the thing is, think about how many of us are distracted, and at 3, 4, 5 in the morning, are you distracted? You're present, you're fully present. And so what happens is, I did my whole thing, I can sleep now, I got my whole top down, yeah, I'm ready. And then 3 o'clock in the morning, no, that's not what you're talking about. Oh, okay, well, what is it then? And then for the next hour, right, I'm getting the information. Because we all get downloaded, and we all have that happening to us. It's becoming awake and aware about it, yeah? Because as that happens, you're going to be more in tune with all of the wisdom that's within you. It's not in me. I'm not here to tell you. You have wisdom that's right here, that's always looking to birth itself. It's always looking to help you, and we just have to be a receptive vessel. That's really what it's about, yeah? And it's so true, yeah, Darylyn.
And that wisdom is unique to you.
Absolutely. So in a practitioner session, I wasn't here last week, I was on video. Hopefully that showed up, yeah? Did it? Okay, awesome. Because what happens during that session is that your intuition, I'll be sitting with Denise, for example, and I'll get, tell her this, I'm like, oh, okay, but it doesn't come through until the very end because I'm listening to her, and she's allowing the wisdom to come through her too, through that session. And so it's really, that's what happens. It also happens in that little quick prayer that we do on the side here. We do a 5-minute prayer. Guess what? That's all you need. Because as we pray with you, that opens the conduit for you to have that wisdom to pop open. Yeah? How many of you had prayer here? Well, you gotta have it, baby. Try it today. It's really good. It's free. Prayer is free. Okay, so that's good. So let's see, what do we have so far? Does all this make sense, everybody? So if anything is blocking me in my subconscious or conscious mind, let me know. If this issue is needed for my soul's growth, please let me know. Reveal why this issue has been here so long. Why is it here? Is it because I'm honing my skills? Like for Lynn, it was as an actress. Am I honing my skills as a comedian? Am I honing my skills as a divine partner for my beloved? I don't know, but tell me. And a lot of times you'll get a sign, okay? And we talked about that you'll have a sign, and mine a lot of times is with animals. So I have a crow, and the crows will show up for me. And I'm thinking about something, what, should I do this? And then a crow flies across. Or if it's really a big question, there's like 10 of them on my lawn. So ask for a physical sign, and the universe will bring it to you. God will bring it to you, and it will show you. How many of you have that? What shows up for you? What's some of the things that show up for you?
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird. What else? What else, guys?
Numbers.
Numbers. Okay, numbers. Great.
A synchronicity.
Synchronicity.
Just
Okay.
think about that person and then that.
And then they call, right? Or I'll think about saying, gosh, I haven't seen them at the center in a long time, and they show up on a Sunday. I haven't seen them in months. And that works too. So what else? What
Penny.
else? Yeah, what else? A penny? You know what? Somebody told me that the other day, and I thought, you know, I wonder if this is going to be an easy, fast flight. A penny was on the floor right before we got on the plane. So I took it as a sign. And it may sound silly, but I want every single little thing. I want to be aware. And it's not silly, because that is the universe talking to us. You know, the indigenous people listened all the time. You know, there's a book called, Waterford, I can't remember.
Oh.
No, it's a shaman. And Patrice Melodoma Somé, if you look him up. And part of the initiation was he had to communicate with a tree, and he'd been taken and raised by priests, and they, of course, took all the intuition out of him and the book learning. So the tribe took him back and had him, communicate with the tree. And it took him all day. Finally, he communed with the spirit of the tree and fell in love with the tree. So those are the things that in our society, we don't have that. We don't have that teaching. But we have the ability to feel energy, and we have the ability to, even if you don't believe it, make it up. And guess what? There'll be things that'll show up, and it's probably real. We think it's made up, it's not made up. Okay? So on this one, okay, we were here. Right time, okay. Right timing is revealed to me now, and I call on my ancestors, guides, and teachers for downloads for my unique wisdom. All right? So the other thing that we can add is, now that all that's said and done, now we can say our statement. My home is selling, blah, blah, blah. I have my divine perfect mate coming into my life. I make healthy food choices. I have, what was it? I have
Financial freedom.
financial freedom. What's some of the other ones?
A neat, organized.
Oh, a neat, organized home. I have perfect health. Every cell in my body is rejuvenating and creating optimum health in my body. Anybody else? What else do you want? Tell me.
Relationship.
Okay, we got that. So my divine perfect mate is coming into my life, and I need to be awake and aware wherever I go. Because that person could be anywhere. They could be at Trader Joe's, they could be at the DMV. Just be awake and aware. So my blessings, so that's it. So my blessings,
Is this still 3?
yeah. So my blessings are all around me. My blessings are all around me.
I'm able to experience joy every day.
And that's what you keep adding. So you go add more and more. I love myself so much, I attract what I desire into my life. I love myself so much, And we're gonna keep adding to this because this is what we all need. I need this, we all need this stuff, okay? Do you want just a happier life? Yeah, do this.
I love myself so much that I attract whatever.
I attract whatever I desire. Right? Because, you know, we sing our songs, I love me, and oh, that's kind of stupid. Well, not really, you know? We need to love ourselves in order to have what we want in our life, yes? Because we say that, and the people that have the most self-confidence, don't you love being around them? You know, they don't care what anybody says. They don't care. Okay, so what else? What did you say? I experience joy every day.
I'm able to, experience joy no matter what.
I experience, and not even no matter what, I experience joy every day. I experience joy every day. Because that could show up, I experience joy every day. What else do you want to add? What do you want in your life? What qualities do you want in your life? So it's your specific thing that you have at the top, but what else do you want to experience in your life?
So I'm gonna just put this line for
Yeah.
whatever else I want.
Whatever else I want. So what should we put in here? What else would you love to have into your life? Do you want more energy?
Yeah.
Do you want more vitality? Okay, then let's put down, I have energy and vitality.
I have an abundance of.
Yeah, I have energy and vitality, because that's like, you can have as much or as little as you want, right?
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Shall I just put a blank for whatever people want to fit in, or just?
No, you could go for it.
Okay, wisdom, financial freedom.
Wisdom. Financial freedom, though, that's kind of a, you know, what does that look like? What do you want it to look like? I have what? I have, you know,
Like I own my own home.
I own, right, so that could be that, or I have, you know, a bank account that is over 500,000. I don't know, what do you want? What do you want, right? What would financial freedom?
I have a healthy check every month.
There you go. A healthy check that is,
Allows me to live my life the way I want.
okay, so I have more money. I have, let's see, I
I
have,
have enough money to share and
to share and use. I have no, I have.
Money to use and share.
I have an abundance of money to use any way I wish. How about that, right? I know, right? What else? What else do you guys want? Come on, okay.
All my needs are met.
Yes. And that may look like different things. I know, that's a long one. All my needs are met. If you guys want to take your phones afterwards, take a picture of that. Okay, that's the easy way to do it.
Oh.
Okay, all my needs are met. And what else is there that, you know, the one thing that really brings you everything you want? I am deeply connected to spirit. I am deeply tapped, how about, I'm deeply tapped into spirit. I am tapped into spirit. How's that feel? I am tapped in. Yeah. I am tapped into spirit. She's a good writer, huh?
Everything I do is easy and comfortable.
Oh, that's always a good one, yes. Okay, so I am tapped into spirit?
Deeply.
I'm deeply tapped into spirit, yeah. And so, what did you say it again?
Everything I do is easy and comfortable.
Everything, oh, so everything I do is easy and comfortable. So what does that mean? That means that if you try something new, it's easy and comfortable. How would you like that?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, you go for a new job, you go audition, you need to get a new apartment, I don't know, you know. You go on dates, you go on the internet, I don't care what it is. It's easy and comfortable. Does that fit everything? You travel to a new place, it's easy and comfortable. I like that. That's great. Okay, what else? Come on, guys. A little bit more? Oh, You know what, but confidence is a good thing, so, I am confident. I am confident, just period. Yeah,
I am always divinely guided.
that's true too, that's a good one. I am confident, and I'm always divinely guided. Okay, do we have enough? I think we do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't that feel good? But the main thing is to remember that maybe on a conscious level that you think, oh yeah, I really want this, but say that prayer. Say the prayer, you know, and we're gonna do it again. We're gonna repeat it on the next step, okay? So the next step, or actually it's gonna be on the 5th step.
Okay, so I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Oh, you had it say, and I've never heard this before,
Uh-huh.
are you ready to receive?
Are you ready to receive for
So
the?
we're on the 2-step now?
Yeah, so we're on,
Four.
are you ready
Two.
to receive,
Says stand for.
Thanksgiving?
Oh, Thanksgiving.
Okay, so we're going to Thanksgiving, that would be the T. Yes,
Well, instead of posing that as a question, are you ready to receive, you make it as an affirmation, I am ready to receive.
yeah, and you can say that to remember. It's just a way to remember the acronym, but that's good, yes. I am ready to receive, that's great, I like that. Okay, so Thanksgiving, I am grateful knowing this truth. It's already done. Because you give thanks in advance, knowing that it's already done. Okay, then the last step is, are you ready to receive? Receive is the release. So you're going to release it into spirit. All right? Yeah, you're ready to receive it, aren't you, at the end? You're ready, you're done. You're done with the
Do we
prayer.
need to say in divine timing or just?
No, we're good. It's all, we got divine timing in the middle part, remember?
Sorry.
Okay, so no, don't be sorry. Release, so you release to spirit. So what you say is, you just say, I let go and let God, or let go and let spirit. I'm just gonna do a real simple one. And then the last part, we are going to repeat, Diana. Knowing my unconscious and subconscious mind accepts all of this.
Oh.
Okay?
Now.
Yeah, now. Because the most important thing when you write down your desires, you know, that's how I met my guy. I wrote it down. And later